Hello, welcome to the latest episode of The Field Footballer. So tonight we're going to be discussing Viera, the Super Cup build-up, Pogba in the media, and we're going to finish off with On This Day. So begin with Viera. There's been a lot of criticism, as well as some pundits all for it, in the media lately, especially with it being introduced for the first time inside the Premier League on the weekend. VAR was looked at 40 times across the Premier Game Week 1 of the Premier League. So what's being criticised is the time it took. Some decisions took up to 3 minutes for it to be deemed clear and obvious. So I just want to get my thoughts on that. I mean, if it takes a while, it takes a while. Ultimately, we want the right decisions and the right calls being made. If that takes 3 minutes, it takes 3 minutes. If it takes a minute and a half, it takes a minute and a half. We want the right decisions to therefore get the right results, so teams finish in the correct positions. So no team can feel hard done by. And then whoever wins the league deserves it. Whoever gets relegated deserves it. There can't be any. It's black and white, pretty much. It's clear and obvious, and black and white. So that's my thoughts on it. I mean, yeah, we can say it takes a long time, but ultimately you want the right decisions being made. What I don't want to see is referees constantly turning to VAR to make the right call. Only when the goal is in doubt that we should be referring to this. It cannot be every single time, because therefore you will get fans not wanting to celebrate. You will get like a reluctant celebration from players, and that's not what we want, because we want to keep the passion, the heart and the soul in the game. So that's my thoughts on it. Leave your comments below as normal. I would love to hear back from a few people. I mean, not many people have been. I think I've had one comment in a video. So I would just love a bit of feedback, something I can work off, something I can go from. So if you don't mind, just leaving a comment down below. Even if you don't hit the subscribe, just leave a comment down below if you don't mind. So moving on to the Super Cup, tonight we've got Chelsea against Liverpool, obviously. My thoughts on this game, it's not going to be the biggest game in the world. It's a bigger game for Chelsea than it is for Liverpool. So the key things I'm looking at here is if Lampard wins a trophy in his second game with Chelsea, albeit it's just a Super Cup, then that will ultimately silence all the doubters, because he's beaten Liverpool, he's won a trophy already. I know people will say it's a Mickey Mouse trophy or what have you, but you're beating the champions of Europe. Liverpool will know what a quality side they are. So yeah, I think it's a massive game for Chelsea because they must win. If they don't win, there's going to be a lot of pressure on Stamford Bridge on Saturday against Leicester. And Leicester are no pushovers. They will go to Stamford Bridge and expect to win and want to win. And they'll look at what Man United done to them on Sunday, and they'll be looking at that thinking, we can play on their counter. We can do that to Chelsea. So yeah, it's a big week for Frank Lampard, in my view, because if he gets beat today, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Sunday. And if he gets beat at Sunday, some people will start a question. That's what I'm going to say. So Chelsea fans, leave your comments in below. Well, just football fans in general. Leave your comments in below. Let us know what you feel about Lampard. Moving on to the setup tonight, I do think there's going to be a lot of changes, more on the Liverpool front than they will the Chelsea. And what I mean by that is I think we'll see a lot more youngsters coming into the Liverpool side. Chelsea's side, there might be changes, but it might be experienced players. So we might see the likes of Tammy Abraham dropping out for Olivier Giroud. Might see Pulisic coming for Barkley. Yeah, but one thing I would like to see is Pulisic starting. I hope he doesn't rest him and keep him for the game on the weekend, because I think you can play them in both. He's a young lad, he's hungry, he's got energy in him, he just wants to go out and play. So moving on to the media and Pogba, what I want to talk about is I listen to a lot of TalkSport. I mean, I can't remember the last time I listened to music in my car. And I heard Simon Jordan on Monday night talking about Pogba, saying that he wasn't this for Man United, he wasn't that, it's all about himself. He just wants to move away, he's not the player everyone expects him to be. But if you look at his stats from last year, they're actually incredible. So, against all his Man United teammates, he scored the most goals, 13, most assists, 9, most shots on target, 50, most take-ons, 60, most fouls, 69, most chances created, 55, most possession won, 281, most passes in the final third, 321, and most duels won, 234. So if you're telling me that he's not a top Man United performer, then I don't know what you're looking at. You're looking at something completely different to what everyone else is looking at. Yes, he might not be the most fancy on the ball, he might dwell on the ball a bit, he might not look interested, but that's just the way he is. He was like that at Juve, but obviously you don't watch a lot of the Serie A, so you wouldn't know that. So I love Simon Jordan. I think he's one of the best pundits out there, to be honest. But I don't agree with him on this one. I do think he's been a bit too harsh on Pogba. For me, Pogba's world class. I watch him a lot at Juve. Yes, he had better players around him, but he stood out like a country mile. You could tell he had so much ability about him. There's a lot more pressure on him at Man United. Fans do get on his back, which may hinder his performance a little bit. But he is world class. So lastly, moving on this day, Arsenal signed Patrick Vieira in what was then a big fee of 3.5 million, would you believe it? Little bit on Patrick Vieira, big, strong, physical, demanding centre midfielder. He was like a general in Arsene Wenger's side. He controlled Arsenal on the field. He was a big leader for them, and he was one of the key factors for them clinching the title and getting Arsenal to what they are, becoming what they are now. And I have predicted a good season for Arsenal this year. So yeah, Arsenal fans, Man City fans, Liverpool fans, football fans, leave your comments in below and we'll discuss that again.